honorable for me. Na Medinchia so ama Dr. Callistus Mahama, secretary to the president, and Mrs. Beatrice Annan, who is also a colleague staffer, and pay me chow. These are very wonderful people that I work with. We meeting no we Medinchia Bema once. A meeting no we looked at some parameters here working.
Yeah.
But key among it was the fact that there was no quarterly adjustment first quarter because of transition issues.
Yeah.
And third and fourth quarter of 2024, not everything was passed on. What we are looking at right now, a revenue requirements for the utilities. Okay. Revenue requirement, sika omu hiya omu debeye juma. And it's not only ECG, all of them. Generation, distribution, your friend is saying transmission. So you get to distribution, you have enclave power, netco, and ECG.
Yes.
Transmission, there are one per gridco. Generation, your friend is saying VRA and the IPPs. So this is Sikaumu here on the Bay Juma. The difference is that it's not the debts are a war for fuel ness the 70
Okay.
This one is just for the revenue requirements. Says Sika me here made by Juma day to day. A swati. It's a swati because Sika be an enemy here no. Ya anya the yan fanning na mammy. Into a cool meeting, there was we wanted to pass because the full cost to clear the 943 million debts was 27.59%.
Is it 976
976 yes,
yeah.
976 was about 27 and over percent. So I was with the view that I'm passing on and clear debts no more. But
now say only about 27%.
Yes, for to clear the whole 973. If you had done 27% and Quebec cleared that.
Okay.
That's just so many clean slate. No be a what. But going into a major tariff review, so now Quebec to me about say a major tariff review cry because they say I clear when and increase the cry any match. But so we deliberated and we came to a deadlock.
Okay.
And I journey San Koba in the afternoon on Friday. And we deliberated TUC, deliberated and we got to 14 points. But still, the TUC and the AGI thought to say lower. But say you call lower so no, it means that you are always accumulating an overhang.
The Canada whole change.
Yes, because when you 15%, like 14.7, but it's 15% like getting to 15% increase, which is equal to 50% of the debt cleared in this 3 months. Into the deliberate year, then we majority of us but now what we all agreed to do is that we have to make sure that the utilities yebema womo ayo medwumayi.
Yeah.
Yebe make sure say quality of service issues they will deal with it. Yebema womo ehun say KPIs bia wo ho bia womo be ye adwuma. Ama they will adhere to it. This is where we are. It will clear 50% of the at least so they can now claim 50%. It's we are going somewhere. But we won't do business as usual. So there's a revenue mobilization drive. They say I also by the ECG. Netco to the same thing is going on today. Minister Krampo Ewoho. Intino and only regional minister Northern Region. Intino, this is where we are.
Okay.
Yes, the issue of IMF of a condition precedent.
Yeah.
You know, IMF, had so many conditions, but this one was a condition precedent that automatic adjustment formula should work. So that at the end of the day, tariff because may a problem with payments. So automatic adjustment formula juma. Going forward, number 2, they didn't want to say this our music utility car. So these are some of the issues that then you share who say okay, let's see how it meets more canoswa ebeboa ama wo metimi aye adwuma.
Okay, but Nana, on the issue of IMF, Dr. Gideon Boakon has said we shouldn't blame the electricity tariffs increment on IMF deal because NPP managed the electricity tariffs better.
They didn't. I don't want to talk about politics. So we share 2023 almost first increase be in third and fourth quarter, it was 18-19%. And because they didn't manage it better, that is why we are here. If say Oma interfere in the tariff, first time, if they didn't interfere in the 20% decrease, Gombe decrease you 2018-2019, you remember they fulfilled a promise, a manifesto promise on be decrease tariff. They should have done about 5%, all world over. American po, you can see a decrease for consumers, sometimes 2%, aqua 5, almost 20%. And when they did the 20%, then they noticed that there was a gaping hole because then it affected the revenue requirement of the utility. That is when they decided, okay, and you're moving to for fuel. And on this a kakes
you feel said that decrement
the 20% decrease, yes, it's really
it was politically motivated.
Yes, that one they saw more cancel, they be almost the cancel
yeah.
So and no aside, then you come to the automatic adjustment formula. From per information that we have, the third and the fourth quarter of 2024, they should have passed on 18 and 22%, but they passed on only 3% and I think 3.2. So look at the difference. Because you see, if you manipulate the system and you interfere in the work of the PURC, I was talking to them. No, tariff in Kitty say when there's an overhang, then the first quarter you don't even do anything.
Okay, Nananti, so what is